Morning, Jack. I want to give you a little information about the landing pages and how you can kind of do some workarounds on this theme. You'll remember that when I set up that landing page, the Duster, if you look at it in the normal theme situation, which is this is the current theme, all it's doing is taking on the template of the surrounding theme that has been created. It's just going to flood the content in here, this basic content area. So obviously we want to work around that for some sort of customized features. So I'll show you what I did, and then you should be able to apply that to the FAQ page as well. So let's go to the admin. Now I'm going to go, this is the regular theme, copy of proven profitable theme. I'm going to go look at and work on the CJT iteration where I've been doing the work. I'm going to close these other things here. So that's the dev theme. And now if I'm going to go in here and pull up the HTML, CSS, now if I go to Pages Duster 15, it's going to take on that look because this particular theme in CSS is overriding the default theme, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So if we go down to, and once you publish this theme, obviously you know that this will all go live. So we go down to assets and style.css.liquid. This is all of the stuff that I've tweaked. You should be able to kind of follow along. I've tried to mark it up as best I could. These are the landing page styles. So what's important to notice about the page hierarchy here in this particular theme, at least I think I set this up to work this way. If you look at the code, the body class takes on the class or takes on an ID of the page name. So in this case, Duster 15. So that then becomes the overriding style for that page, and you can use the page's name as a style override because it's going to be unique to that page. So that was about the best way I could work around this under the circumstances without, excuse me, building a whole bunch of page templates and things like that. So this enables you to at least work around that. Here's where it gets a little clunky. This is all of the styling for that landing page, Duster 15. So if you create a new page or just use, for example, FAQ, let's go to FAQ here. So that page handle would be FAQ or whatever you call it in your pages list here. So all you'd have to do is just copy most of this stuff and change Duster 15 to FAQ or whatever the page title name is. So what you can see, what I've done here is I've added a background image through the asset uploader for that page. That's the base background, that's the base image there. So this is basically telling you here's the URL of that image. It's in the assets URL, the assets folder, and this is the name of it. So you can copy and paste this and just change the name to whatever the image is that you uploaded here. Background size cover, no repeat. I gave it a padding on the bottom of 500 pixels to give it some space for content. And then all of this stuff just defines, for example, Duster 15H1 display none. That's the page title. So you want to get rid of the default page title that's going to show up there. You just display none, the Duster 15H1 or the FAQ H1, and that way you can make your own inside the content box. So this gives you some more sort of information. You know how to do CSS, so this is no big deal, but basically what exactly is happening here. I think if you go into the page itself, you're going to see that there is a landing content div that contains all of the information for that page. So you could simply change this to background color white and then put your FAQ in that landing content div, and you'd be good to go. So that's the general overview on how I created that. This has a little bit of styling on the No More Pantry Moths page. There was a specific font being used, some things like that. But for the most part, so you can really style any page that way by using that page's ID and then styling the content accordingly. I think I might have gotten rid of some things. Let's see, I probably got rid of a few things. The whole header. This is the header that's got the menu. Got rid of that. Got rid of the footer, etc., etc. So hope that helps.